Alright guys, it's been a while since we were on Fog Entertainment, but we're back. We're going to take this channel right back to the top. In the words of Donald Trump,
Epic.
We're going to make it great again. Epic, one of the 5 categories we've got for this Terminator movie tier list. Now, there is only 5 films in this tier list, even though I believe there is 6 films in the main series. I think there's been a bunch of spin-off Terminator films as well. And I think there's been a Terminator TV series, but we're just going to go through the 5 movies. So obviously,
there's 5 here, and we're going to do them.
You've got Terminator 1. I can't remember if it's got a tagline or not. I think it was just The Terminator.
Yes.
Terminator 2, Judgment Day. Terminator 3,
Rise of the Machines.
Rise of the Machines. Terminator 4, Salvation.
And 5.
Terminator 5, Genesis.
But to me, Genesis is like a spin-off.
It's kind of like a reboot, remake.
But we're going to go from left to right. Usually when we do this, there's about 20 million options, but here there's only 5,
Yeah,
so it will be a relatively short feed.
But I just want to point out, I would bet my life every TNA Genesis pay-per-view is better than that Genesis film.
Yeah.
Unless they're still doing Genesis pay-per-views then.
Maybe.
But I think that ended a while ago. So, right, anyway, up next, up first, we're going to go from just left to right. First is Terminator 1, Epic.
I think it's not here. Oh. Yeah, but it's epic, brother.
I mean, fucking fantastic movie. I mean, to me, it's just as good as one of the other movies in this list. But it's got like a different sort of element to it. It's more of like a sci-fi horror feeling to it. Whereas the rest of them are, well, not the rest of them, but one of the other epic ones or one of the other movies that are not complete dogshit on this list has more of like an action sort of packed feel to it. But I mean, this movie was fucking great. I like the whole element of machine versus human, rather than machine versus machine, which we see in the future. Plus, it was realistic. I mean, back then it was you watch this and. This, to me, this is more realistic than... I know we're supposed to believe a machine has been fucking travelled, back in time, and that doesn't seem very realistic, but to me, watching the movie, everything in it feels real. I can believe...
But what you're saying, right, you might say that's unrealistic, but I'm alright with shit like that and zombies and shit, as long as the physics and all is realistic. It's within human reality.
Based on what happens in this movie, I can believe it's real. When I watch Marvel, and I see some guy get... like punched with enough force to send them flying 50 feet
through 3 buildings,
and just like if you get hit hard enough to go like 20 feet, you're dead. Your heart stopped. You ever see the not Dead and Alive? What is it? Mortal Kombat, and you get the end of the movie, and it's like and it like fucking your heart stops. That's basically, see if you get punched enough to send you flying 20 feet. That's what happens, right? You get in a big fucking truck and run somebody over at like 60 miles an hour and send them through 3 brick walls and see if they get up and fucking phone the police on you. It's not going to happen. Anyway, great movie scene. Great movie. Loved it. Built up to the end. You get a 1 minute fight between the Terminator and Kyle Reese, and it's better than most fight scenes you'll see. If this movie was made in 2020, I guarantee you. The fight scene would have lasted 20 minutes. You'd have had the Terminator pure, like, kicking, beating the shit out of Kyle Reese, but he would have kept getting back up and he'd have ended up winning somehow.
50-50 booking.
Do you know what I mean? That's not what happened. At the end, he's wounded, he's got a metal pipe, smashes the Terminator, fucking, he causes it to move a wee bit, and you're thinking he's done a bit of damage, but then the Terminator just kind of looks at him, and one fucking kind of backhanded slap by the Terminator, and Kyle Reese is half dead. Which is realistic, because it's a machine made of metal. And that is what would happen. See if a big machine came and hit you in the face, hit you in the head, you'd be either close to dead or dead, brain dead. So, this movie, and then Sarah Connor crushes the Terminator. Plus, I think this is probably my favourite Sarah Connor character from the series.
Well, there's not many to fucking choose from.
Well, there's only she's dating fucking one of them, so. But yeah, so to me, epic. I basically talked to Lewis shite for the last 5 minutes. You want to add some?
Yeah, I mean, more of the same. Can't really argue anything you've said. It belongs in epic. It's one of the movies up there.
And to me, I think the scene where the Terminator enters the police station and just eliminates those.
I'll be back.
To me, that is one, and the theme as well, that's playing in the background.
And Arnie with the glasses. Arnie's the man.
It's got that wee mad. To me, that's one of the best scenes in film history.
1984.
So, and also you the speed chases, the car, the car park chase, great movie. I mean, what can you say? Fucking great movie.
I'm saying that, brother. We're moving on to Rise of the Machines.
Right.
You know, when we were talking about this earlier, you said shit straight away. And to me, I don't think it's as bad as
No, it's not shit. To me, it's shit if you compare it to the one we've already put in Epic, but
I'd say it's average. Because I wouldn't describe it as good, but I wouldn't describe it as shit. And to me, there's been 5 movies. You've had 2 at the bottom, 2 at the top. It's not in the middle, but it's average out of the 5.
Right. This movie, the characters in this movie were boring as fuck. Apart from Arnold, who is great, and I didn't mind Christina Logan, is it? I can't remember what the female Terminator's called, but I know I think the actress is called Christina Logan. I don't think she did a bad job. Like
T2000?
Nah, maybe not.
T2?
I don't think she did a bad, but everyone else was absolutely terrible. Guy that played John Connor,
Lindy Licker.
Nothing about the guy. I mean, could they not have got a better actor? Like, know how I know? See the people that were in this movie. I've never seen them in another movie ever.
No. And it's not like in 2003 movies were shit. Like where now you just see them on movies, even though movies are shit now. And movies were good around this time.
Yeah, everyone else in this movie I've never seen in a movie. The guy that played John Connor, absolute shite. The guy that played that Jade Brewster, whatever her name is, absolute crap. Her dad, crap. Her boyfriend, crap.
And then they get to the bunker at the end and everything blows up. I mean, I think when they dig up Sarah Connor's grave and he's running through the fucking
the cemetery where he's got
that's a good scene.
That was decent. But apart from that, I mean,
but it's more Arnie. See, that was some other job. It would look pish in my book.
And then you got Arnie. He got a fight. Some of the fight scenes were alright, but then he kind of like malfunctions because he gets battered, and it's like heads hanging off, and he starts attacking John Connor, and then at the end he pulls the Terminator back so that they can get to the bunker, and he says you've been terminated, and he sticks like a hydraulic time explosion bomb thingy into the Terminator's mouth, and
it's better when it was lava, damn it.
I mean, yeah, like seeing you think about it, see when you think of the you think of the previous 2 films end scenes compared to this. You know what I mean? Like you think of Terminator 1, you've got Kyle Reese getting like battered, then he blows up the Terminator with the grenade, and Sarah Connor crushes it with a big compression machine thing, and then you got fucking big Kyle Reese getting wheeled away in a body bag, and then you got the Terminator's fucking red eye, and the wee light just going off, like it's like you see it like dying, and the light just goes off, and then Terminator 2, you've got Arnold. You think he gets absolutely battered, he's fucking stabbed and impaled. It's like it's as if he was like the victim of a knife crime in London, and then you've got the bad Terminator, Patrick Wilson. He's fucking
Robert Patrick.
He's
Patrick Wilson. Wait, what the fuck?
I always call him that. I don't know why.
Robert Patrick.
He like merges with Sarah Connor, and you don't know what one's the bad, and then he's about to kill him. The next minute, fucking Arnie makes a return. He bloody blows him up with the rocket launcher thing. He falls into the lava, and then fucking Arnie's like says there's one more chip, and he points to his brain and goes into the lava, like, and if you're no greeting at that moment, like, you're a heartless bastard. So I mean, that was a great ending. Then
one chip
is in here, you know what I mean. And then you've got Terminator 3. Really, Arnold just he blows her up, and then those 2 hide in their bunkers, and you see the Skynet coming in, and that's it. Fucking lackluster movie. You want to know how a movie's average? See when the best part of the movie is the first half. It is what it is.
I'll tell you what. I
think a movie can start off bad and end good, and you can be like, oh, it was a good movie.
I was watching Resident Evil Afterlife, and I've never seen a movie like that, where the first half was good, and the second half was so bad. Have you seen it?
Is that the fourth one?
Tig's in it, yes.
Aye, the fourth. Aye,
Like,
yeah.
how? So they escape the prison complex. I know it's going off topic, right? But they get to the ship. You get Claire and Chris Redfield against Wesker, right? And you're thinking, how can that be bad? And they do it like the exact same fight scene in a game, and it doesn't work. See, choreographing a game fight scene, and this is a game that's 11 years old.
Yeah.
You can't choreograph a game fight scene into real life. Unless it's now when they actually do proper motion sensor and all.
Yeah.
To me, it looks like pish.
It looks like Matrix shite, and nobody wants that, in my opinion.
Yep.
So anyway, like I said, Terminator 3, I probably spoke about it a lot longer than I should have. Like, I feel like I'm doing all the talking here and you're not doing nothing.
Well, I was giving that first half. I mean, yeah, if a movie's first half is better than the second half, it's pish. But let's get into a movie where both halves were equally as pish. Because Salvation, woo, getting Wong right in there.
It's dog shite, I mean, really.
I think they thought, people didn't like the third one, so we'll just have to fucking absolutely annihilate what the series is about and just fire a load of robots. I mean, we just gave ourselves a refresh with the trailer, and I've never seen a worse fucking trailer in my life.
It's as if they thought, right, they didn't like Terminator 3, so we have to do something different. The reason we didn't like Terminator 3 wasn't because, I mean, the reason we didn't like it's not like we didn't like Terminator 3 because Arnold was in it. And they're like, oh, well, right, we'll take Arnold out. That's fucking not the reason. I mean, Arnold was like the only good thing about Terminator 3, and they took him out, and they just made it. It was just fight scene after fight scene, all robots and no character, no nothing, just absolute garbage.
Fighting for what? It's just without a reason to care. It's just fight scenes that they've wasted money on CGI. The
only time, like, I don't mind that when Kyle Reese has the flashbacks in Terminator 1 and it shows him fighting Skynet. Because, you know what I mean, that's adding to the story, but this basically was a whole film about fighting Skynet.
I know.
It was like Call of Duty, but with Skynet.
So pish.
You know what I mean? Like,
where's Captain Price at? No,
it was like that shite game I bought for the PS4.
Killzone.
Aye, Killzone.
Even worse than that, man. Fucking is that all we've got to say about Salvation?
No, it annoyed me. I bought that game brand new, and then I realised it was getting sold. It was set people were selling it brand new for $12.99. That was like one of the games I got in the PS4 package. So there you go, Salvation. Definitely not.
Dun. Right. Anyway, though, talking about Salvation, brother. Terminator 2.
Straight into the epic category, man. It has to be number one.
Yeah. All right. I was gonna fight to the death to put it one, like, so that's fair enough.
No, I love number one, but I mean number two is better.
Well, no,
but number two can be. I mean, that's not a knock on number one. I mean, you get, you know, it's like when you're doing.
No, because if the second one was just another stalker horror one like the first one, it wouldn't have been pish. But I'm not saying they necessarily needed to change it up, but it worked. To me, you have to change it up to make the second one better than the first one.
Plus, I mean, the budget was about
20 times more.
Yeah, it was like something crazy like that, and I mean, it just worked. It was fantastic. It was different. It was more like an action, but it wasn't like, you know, it had elements of the first one in it where he was getting stalked. Like,
I think the Cal Reese guy in the first one's over, but I think Robert Patrick against Arnie's bigger as a hang than those two.
Plus, it was cool to see Arnold being the good guy in the first one.
And the truck scene.
The bad guy in the first one.
Scene in the Los Santos, the mimic in San Andreas was great.
So it was cool to see Arnold going from the bad guy to the good guy.
The black guy blowing himself up with a C4. I can't hold it any longer.
You know, it was racism. How come the black guy fucking...
I know, what was that all about? BLM.
But
what was what's his actor's name? I've seen him in it. He looks like Bill Cosby a bit.
He does, doesn't he? I guess.
It's like his son or something, or his uncle, or... No, his uncle fucking be dead, but...
I mean, just a classic movie. Don't get me wrong. I'd say I think there was parts of this movie that were a wee bit slow. I didn't really like the, I wasn't a big fan of, the Sarah Connor scenes in the hospital.
Aye.
I thought and I didn't really like when they,
were in the desert.
Yeah, with the Mexicans.
And it seemed like they went about 10 years into the future.
Yeah, I didn't really like, but then again, I think those scenes were, I think that desert scene was to kind of break it up because the pace was like so fast. I think they had to, like, you know, slow it down a wee bit.
I can't argue with that.
That was like the lefty safe zone, as you would say.
Do we want to slow it down a bit? We're talking about Genesis.
Right, well, I mean, you go from epic to fucking dog shit. The only question is Genesis worse than Salvation?
To me it is. No, to me it's not. Because
Yeah, I thought it was, but looking back at it, the fact that Arnold's in it, and the fact that it's based...
on the second one, essentially.
Well, it's supposed to be the first, but it kind of turns out to be the second.
But see, it's like
a mixture of both.
It's supposed to be... It's a
Do we
weird
even-
one.
do we-
Chronologically, it's the first one, but it's based off, like, the whole thing looks like it's based off the second one.
Well, no, when he gets sent back, he's basically...
Aye, but then they basically...
But he
use
kind of
all-
gets sent back to a different time.
Aye.
That's what I got from it.
Aye. So, but yeah, so it's better than Salvation, which is
But it's
piss.
still dog shit, like. And then if Dark Fate was on the list, it would be going right at the end. It would be going worse than Salvation.
I mean, what's below shit? Eating
um,
shit?
if I had to recommend, well, obviously I would recommend the Terminator series because the first two are 10 out of 10 movies. But like, people can say they don't like Rocky 4, they don't like Rocky 5. But to me, Rocky 5's watchable. Even though it's nowhere near as good as the previous ones. I think Rocky 5's watchable.
Well, to me, Rocky 6 is better than Terminator 3.
Yeah, even Rocky... Even
fucking Creed.
Even though half the movies... Creed's definitely better. Like, even though half the movies is... half the Rocky 6 is set in that restaurant. And it's Spider Rico fucking doing the dishes. That's basically half the movie. Spider Rico's a human dishwasher. But it's better than... I don't know how they can get it so horribly wrong. I know James Cameron, or whatever the guy's name is, stopped working on the second one. After the second one, he sold the...
See, to be fair though, see with like a boxing type movie, you can kind of drag it out. I mean, you can just base it up the fights. Well, with this, it is kind of need. You know what I mean? It's kind of different. Same with Die Hard. Die Hard died after the third one.
Yeah.
Although I'd probably say Die Hard 4 is better than Terminator 3. Even though it's a bit...
No, I see that scene in Die Hard 4 where he's in the car and he hits the woman at about 80 miles an hour and she's hanging on and punches through the windscreen. See if you get hit at 80 miles an hour, you fucking... dead. I mean, that's what it is. Dark Fate would definitely be last, but I mean, I'm trying to think of a series that's declined as much as obviously, you watch the first and second one. I wouldn't necessarily recommend Terminator 3, but I'd say it's worth watching once in your life.
Yes.
Certainly wouldn't buy it. I certainly wouldn't ever choose to watch it again. But I'd say it's worth watching, whereas 4 and 5, I just wouldn't even give it the time.
Especially Salve. I mean, the only thing you could say for Salvation is it's different, but no, different doesn't work.
Yeah, well, I mean, Dark Fate was talked up to be, it's going to be great, it's going to be this, it's going to be that.
28 feminists in Army.
Absolute dog shit. Apparently I got it wrong though. Apparently they're actually bringing out a new one that's set in the timeline for after Terminator 2. I thought it was going to be Dark Fate, but apparently it's not. Apparently there's another Terminator film coming out, and it's set after Terminator 2. So apparently the next one they're bringing out as if 3 to 6 didn't happen.
Well, that's the right
Which
way.
in my opinion could make it the third best one of all time.
See, that's, the movies and all, and games and TV shows should do shit like that.
Yeah, see if you realise you fucked up, then... Like Resident Evil, why not bring out Resident Evil movies based on the games and just call it something else? Like,
Don't they call it something else? Just call it Resident Evil and then a tag after it.
yeah, just call it what the game is called. Resident Evil Biohazard or whatever.
Yeah, but on that note, let's not talk about another series, because we'll save that for...
So basically, we've got Terminator 1 and Terminator 2 and Terminator 1 in the epic category, Terminator 3 in the average category, and Terminator Salvation and Terminator Genesis in the shit category. If I could make any argument, I would. The only thing I would say is, I mean, perhaps if I was in a fucking good mood and you were twisting my arm and you had me in the crossface like Benoit, I could maybe put Terminator 3 in the good category. But that's the only change I'd make to that list. To me, the top two don't belong in anything other than epic, and the bottom two don't belong in anything other than shite.
No.
Any final thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's spot on. I think all of our lists are spot on.
Oh, we made them like so.
No, but I don't think there's a list we've made where anyone could argue, oh well.
Yeah, I think at worst you could argue like with what maybe the next category up or the next category down. I don't think you could say, "Oh, you put a movie in shit when it should be epic."
No.
Although I was thinking, you think about it, there's some sad people out there that probably think Genesis is better than 1 and 2.
And on that note, they should phone the
Tell them.
fucking helpline.
You'll
Yes.
go on Twitter. There's some guy and he's giving out good helplines. Check my tweets and you can
Goddamn right, man. But
check your
anyway,
mental health.
check it out. Comment your movies in the 1 to 5. But until then,
Peace.
yes.